Ronnie,
Yes.
I guess we'll talk more about it when we get into multi-generational.
Oh,
Because
okay. What?
I had a come to Jesus moment when I was in Ross coughing. And I couldn't understand why I was coughing. I was like, oh my God, something's in my throat. And
And I had
everybody's
to
still
gentle
upset.
parent you.
Yes. You were like, come here.
Yeah.
You,
It's
I
a
mean, the way you
smokestack
said
in
it,
front of you.
the way you said it, come here. And I was like, okay. And I went over to you. You're like, that lady in front of you is so weed out. You are catching her buzz. You're catching
She's high on the
residual. Yes, she's high on that reefer stuff. And you're going to be affected by it. And I was like, oh, okay. I just couldn't understand why I was coughing so much.
Mm-hmm.
But with the way you said, come here.
Yeah, because you just, oh my gosh, what is going
What is wrong with me?
You need to back up.
Let her
air out.
I kept looking at the lady. I said, she is jacked up,
Yeah.
causing contacts.
Mm-hmm. She's just trying to make it through the day.
She's trying to buy her fabric boosters.
Yeah. And her
That
bathroom
Ross.
rugs.
Okay. Just want to go home and clean her house.
Welcome. Hello.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. It was such a teachable week.
Yeah.
If y'all
Oh,
can't
you learned
tell,
about, yes, contour.
I have on contour.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did it right. Do I receive approval?
Yes, you did. You did.
Okay. Because I'm just a foundation, one, I'm back in the 80s babies, get it done.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Because I haven't been wearing makeup that long.
Your face needed a belt.
Okay, thank
So,
you. I needed
you
that
be
missing
snatched
accessory.
in.
That
Yeah.
missing accessory.
Yeah, and thank you for taking my advice.
Oh, absolutely. I always have. All my life.
Parents, they just, you don't know what you're talking about. Not you.
You don't
Never
have those
you.
parents, do you?
Never you. I'm just saying. Some
Okay.
parents.
Okay.
Some of our listeners' parents.
But I appreciate multi-generational information and health and just growth.
Olivia told me about liquid blush.
See?
In her 11 years of age. So we all just, we got the same face. Might as well get the tips.
And it works, right?
It works.
It works.
So, we do what we do. I use powder blush because my mama used powder blush. And so,
And I use powder blush because that's what the fashion fair lady told me to do.
Fashion fair.
30-some years ago.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
I didn't wear like makeup growing up in high school. You know how kids, I remember, seriously, this was like middle school and girls would come to school dressed one way.
Mm-hmm.
And when they in homeroom, they did a total makeover. I mean, they had their makeup in their book bags and they were ready to transform because you couldn't look like that going out the house. And your parents said it. But then when you had school was your opportunity to sneak that look in. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure before they went home, got back on that bus to go back home, they took all that off. That was just their appearance for school that day.
That's right.
Yeah. I do remember that. So I was never really into the fad of the makeup and stuff. I've always felt real feminine and girly, but I've never been that one that would kind of go extra with it. It's just what you got naturally is what you got. But I remember when I really felt pretty, and I mean like beautiful. I met and I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I just felt like a real natural woman was when I found out that I was expecting you. And it just, I don't know, it just felt like a glow. It just felt like I knew my life was going to change.
Yes.
But it was like, I am going in such a good direction with this. Mm-hmm. And I was nervous.
Yeah.
I was afraid.
Because there was no instructions.
But I felt like it was the biggest promotion. I felt like it was the biggest blessing that God could have ever given me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And to hold me responsible and to have it come from two people that really loved each other. Mm-hmm. And hence you.
Yeah.
And I was just so nervous. I was afraid. And the way my mother reacted, she was so overwhelmed. So it's like, oh, you would think she became, she was expecting as well. She was like, oh my God, I waited so long. And I'm like, not that she had to wait so long because I was still, 21, 22.
I mean,
But I think that's something that she had been expecting
Yeah.
to happen for her and for me. And how that made such a big difference of how I felt about you and how to care. I didn't have that stress of letting people know, and I just felt like all was right. I felt like, we were married, we had a future and things in place to be prepared for your arrival.
Oh.
So the first thing I got was a Brentwood rocker.
Oh my God, Brentwood. Tell me more.
They were like high back rockers.
Okay.
And it was the type of wood that it was made. And I remember your dad putting that thing together for me. I had to have it. And I remember it being in your room. And I don't even think you had a crib at that time, but I did have a room.
Yeah.
And I would go in there and I would just had these little books and I would read to you. Oh. And it would just be like our meditation time. It was just our quiet time. And I remember I found out you were a girl when I was like 3 months. And I remember we went for ultrasound. And we did a lot. I thought it was a lot because we heard your heartbeat. And when they told me it was a little girl, I just instantly connected and I knew your name. I just felt like this was like our first introduction. And I just wanted to build something with just you and me.
Yes, that's beautiful. I just, thinking about all of that, when you said you had to have that Brentwood rocker, I know this sounds a little strange and maybe some other moms agree with me, but I felt very beautiful, and I also felt very powerful when I was pregnant too, because it felt like when you say, oh, I have to have something, everybody just go out of their way to make sure you had it. And it was just like,
and that's
I
a
remember
good thing.
Being pregnant, working a corporate job, and they had a cafeteria downstairs. They would always give me extra scoops and just wanted to know the progress of the baby, and just everybody was just so
made you feel special. Yeah.
Nice and loving, and it just made me feel like, hey.
And I feel that that's something that women do deserve, because it's a lot to have to go through all that and to receive and to be well received. So when I see someone, because I don't think everybody gets that, Ronnie.
Yes.
I don't think
and I think there should also be a level of grace and respect for the women that don't have children, because maybe they do, or maybe they're trying, or you don't know everyone.
And it doesn't make you any less than or more than.
Yes.
Because I found, not that I'm supposed to give you sympathy or, my heart goes out, because sometimes it's choice and sometimes it's just the way it has to be. But I think we all have a role.
Yeah.
A role to play.
Yeah.
And a role to be. And I also know that I've had more children.
Yeah.
That have not been biological.
Mm-hmm.
But it never would change me from being a parent. Whether I had given birth to you or not.
Yeah.
I just feel like that is the purpose that God has put me on earth to do.
Yeah, when you nurture, you nurture. That's why you're such a plant mom. That's why you came over and tried to get all my plants together. You always talk about how I take care of my plants. I don't take care of them.
We got to love that earth too.
I know. Yeah, we were walking through Lowe's and I said, yeah, I killed that one. I killed that one. I used to have that one. That one didn't last. But, you just, they don't make me want to stop trying. You can't do that with kids.
Oh no, Lord Jesus. And I feel like, just people, just
and
think
that's
that even with the people that he put in your life.
Big pressure and responsibility to, be a parent, because you can't just, put it out on trash day when it don't work out, And
you don't want to. It's something about the way those people are and that connection. I think that's why, I don't know, and I'm not trying to be an expert or anything, but the little insight that I've received is that I believe that's why God not just produces a baby. You have to carry that child. That child
Yeah.
has been elected to grow in you,
Yeah.
to develop in you,
Mhm.
off of you, so you can understand that love on a different level.
Yes.
My son-in-law sent me something last week, and it was talking about, you know, their life and gratitude and understanding how Christ has to be the center.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to make this a religious podcast or anything, but what he said to me or wrote to me in a text was that is they deserve to have a life filled with faith, trust, and love, something to that effect. And it starts from us as parents.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. We give our children their first experiences of anything, whether it's
Everything.
good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
And we shouldn't take that lightly.
Don't, please.
I never do.
Don't. And I mean, even if we do and we get tracked back on, because we all come from our stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know which generation it is that has finally got it together. I'm going to say none. But that's just my humble opinion. But we're all learning.
Yeah.
And we're learning that each generation do need each other.
They do.
I'm very open to it. I'm never ever will be closed-minded to it. I pride myself in being a lifetime learner.
Yes.
Never get too old to feel that I know it all.
Mm-hmm.
Never get too prideful to feel that I know it all.
There you go.
And appreciate this young stuff.
And
I say young stuff. Now I really feel old, but just what I'm receiving from these new generations, because I learned a long time ago, you don't keep up, guess what?
You get left behind.
Say it again.
You get left behind. And I've also found, too, that you need to elevate yourself every day. If you feel like you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room.
Why is that?
Because you always have something to learn. And if you're not around people that are teaching you things constantly, then, or if you're not even open to receiving what could be teachable moments, then you're not doing life right.
And if you're too comfortable in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah. Yeah. It's supposed to be uncomfortable because that's how you grow.
Yeah. And and uncomfortable, I mean, you're not familiar.
Yeah.
It feels different. It should be different.
It should be.
It should be.
Yeah.
Because even, you know, you talk about our plants and nurturing, the lessons that I'm learning is that you could bring home a pot, a plant, put it in the pot, and if you continue to do what it's supposed to do, it's going to outgrow that pot. It's going to outgrow the original pot. And you don't put in a pot to just fit it. You put in one that's larger so that it can have room to grow. And I feel like that's how it is sometimes with us as people.
Yeah.
Relationships.
Yes. Yes.
And have found that with my generation, and I'm just only speaking for the Gen X, is that we have to be open. We have to receive, because we're pretty much like in that middle.
Yeah.
In that middle. And understand that the way we did things was different than the generation that was before us, how they did things. And we have to expect, assume, and again, expect that the generation that's following us and that generation that's following them are going to do things different. And it doesn't make it bad. It just makes it sometimes better or just different. We know history is going to repeat itself.
Oh, and it's repeated itself. So let me tell you about this exchange I had with Olivia last night. I try to keep my ears to the street. I want to know what middle schoolers are talking about, because if they're talking about me, I'm going to be the first to know. Okay? And so I just said, ballerina cappuccino. That's what the kids are saying nowadays.
Ballerina
cappuccino. Okay. And you've heard of brain rot?
Yes.
Okay. So now they've put a spin on it. It's Italian brain rot. And so she's like, why is everyone saying that? Such and such in school today just kept saying it over and over again. I was like, okay, check. I'm the door's open. I'm speaking their language. Let's see what else this gets me. And so they're abbreviating phrases now like we did, like, LOL and etc. And it's like, okay, these are tiny millennials because they're raised by millennials. So the Generation Alpha being raised by millennials is really showing itself, because now these trends that that we had when we were around are just coming back to life. Even her obsession with getting her streak on Duolingo. I was like, oh, this feels like when I had the Tamagotchi. Yes, oh my goodness, remember? I had to make sure I took care of it and nurtured it, and it's like that same Pavlovic response to getting that done. And
the fat is hot.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure you saw some of those Easter eggs when I was growing up. It's just like, okay, ain't nothing new, honey. We did that way better than you guys, might I add. And
or it's just certain things, and like I think you had made mention before in one of the podcasts.
Yeah,
recipes.
Oh yeah, we're losing recipes,
but or we're that's a way of gathering recipes.
Yes, yeah, it is.
Because I remember, we have to teach.
We have to teach.
Taught you how to play ball and jack.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Did a little hopscotch last week.
Yes.
Or this week.
Yes. I remember introducing Olivia to Michael Jackson, and she said, oh, I just love her. She's so great. And I'm like, well, let's talk about it.
The pronouns.
Yes. That was 2 lessons, Hey, not everybody.
But they appreciate the music.
Exactly.
Didn't care what form it was.
Timeless.
Just appreciated.
Timeless.
The gift.
And we get a lot. I mean, I don't think Michael Jackson is ever really dead.
Oh no. But that was a nicely deep, firm legacy that has been built.
Mm-hmm.
One that his children can continue to, to manifest in.
Oh yeah, 100%,
absolutely,
yeah. So, it's been hard on me raising this tiny millennial, but so I just gotta do it.
No, it hasn't.
I love it.
Hasn't. No,
I love it. I was like, oh, look at me knowing words before you.
Okay. And you feel that little pride, and then next week you be in the dark again. But it's okay. You'll come back out. It'll come back out.
Because that's how fast it goes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is how fast it goes. Because by the time I knew what a skibbity was, it was...
Skibbity? What's a skibbity?
Oh, it's more brain rot. But it's just...
Wait a minute. More brain rot.
Yes. It's just a group of words that just mean...
Like bambooni?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. It's just, it means something, but then it means nothing all at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And they just say it all over just to confuse the old people.
Oh, okay. It's a little trickery in there.
Yeah.
A little treachery.
Yes.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Just, just watch what your kids are doing online.
Hey, man, oh my goodness. Just watch your kids, period.
Yeah.
Just know them.
Because they look so much older than they are, but they really are just a baby on the inside.
They are. They may have peaked or exceeded expectations on one level, but still that brain can't go but so far. You know what I mean? That mindset and what you put in them.
Yeah, so let them play with dolls as long as they can. Let them wear the character pajamas as long as they can, because one day
they want to.
They're just not. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to be gone. Mm-hmm. And
that time is going to be gone.
My husband and I always say we only have 18 summers with them, so we're going to max them all out.
And I think it's more than 18 because I'm still having 18 plus 18.
I know. We're going to have a hot girl summer.
Oh, my goodness.
We got so many trips and things planned. I cannot wait. Yeah. The best, what unlocked something with me was the first time we all took a trip together, and it felt so great to have grandma, well, not grandma, on the trip with us, and
we've had a great grandma,
4
generations.
We've had, yes, and everybody is bringing something to the table, showing us how we travel, experiences, even food and
wisdom, culture, dropping knowledge, just laying on the beach.
Yes,
because I remember Grandma Carrie, when we were out there, she was explaining the different types of love, and I was like, man, and I mean, she was like, no matter where you are in a relationship or where you've been in a relationship, there's still different types of love that you operate, and how that same love will help you prosper in life, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. And I mean, that was nice to lay there on the beach with not my mother, but my son-in-law's grandmother. And she's still, she was a true matriarch. Then I had my aunt there who was a matriarch. Then you had your grand aunt there,
Yes,
who was a matriarch, and your dad.
we shut that ship
We
down.
I mean, we had the whole we had like a family reunion
Yes,
on the cruise ship, and everybody was doing their own thing. We kind of met each other where we saw you or not.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
Yes, and nobody was upset. Nobody
no.
was, it was just everybody was just getting in where they fit in. We played a lot of card games. I know
A lot of pictures.
yes, they still say somebody cheated on winning that trophy, but we're not going to talk about it.
Well, they won it rightfully.
How do I
first
get a
time.
full-size trophy on board?
You did, and when they saw it, they played their little hearts out, got that trophy, and was not putting it up for competition ever again.
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
fine, take your little trophy,
Yes.
big trophy.
We know who the real winners are.
Yes, the one who took the trophy and ran.
Oh my goodness. It was so much smack talk.
But that was a beautiful thing.
It
and
was.
I think for me,
Yeah.
my takeaway was my grandkids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They experienced that, where they had access to every generation that was available to them. They had fourth generation, third generation, second generation. They had it right.
Yeah, I had to put my neighbor as emergency contact for that one
Yeah.
because everybody was on the boat.
That has happened.
Everybody was on the boat.
That's when you know you are living a great life.
Yeah.
When you're thinking, when they ask you your emergency contact, and you was like, wait a minute, all my emergency contact and my family, they're with me on this trip.
Yes.
Now I have to go a layer out
Yes.
to choose who can be my emergency contact.
Exactly. Yeah, that was definitely a good one.
That's a good.
We had a ball, and I can't wait to do it again. That's why family reunions are so important. So we are hosting our family reunion this year. We're on the committee for Coachella. That's gonna be fun.
That is. I mean, and you don't have to. It doesn't have to be big and elaborate. It just has to be done.
Oh,
you just got to.
Anything I do is gonna be big and elaborate.
Of course,
you tell other people.
But I'm telling everybody, to use this as an opportunity. Get your family.
Yeah.
Grab your people.
Yeah.
Life is short.
It is.
I have more live years behind me than I do before me, and I'm okay with that because these are the years that matter for me. If you know me, my motto, my philosophy is Job 8:7, and it always will be Job 8:7. My early days were very humble, but my latter days will be greater, and that's a promise of God. That's not something I'm planning on doing on my own. That's a promise of God. And when I say greater, it's greater according to God, not according to me. It doesn't matter. It's not about big cars, big houses and all that, which is nice. And I'm never going to allow myself to be removed for it because I don't know what God has for me. But I am always ready to receive it. And I am grateful for what I have now and what I had before and what I will have later. But I do believe that my latter days will be greater based on experience, the life, the lessons, and the love that has been shown to me in my humble years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you have to think about what is a priority to you, and then that is what makes it greater for you.
Yeah.
So is money a priority for you? And if that's what you focus on, then yes, you're going to have more money as you age. If family time is more important to you, yes, you're going to have more family time as you age because that is what you made the priority. And just always, mine is Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision, make it plain. Because if I don't see where I'm going, then I will, these steps mean nothing. And so what are your priorities? What are you running to? What are you building? Who are you building it with?
And who's the center of all this?
Yeah. And so, That's my foundational scripture.
I love that. I love that. And I'm just so excited that you shared it because I never knew. I never even asked Ronnie.
Yeah.
What was your foundational? What is your scripture? What gets you jumping out that bed every day? You know?
Yeah, and I think that's why we decided to sit down. We have these conversations off the record all the time, but I just said, "Hey,
It's a blessing.
you want
Thank
to
you.
put a mic in front of us and see where it takes us?"
Yeah, and I'm willing to share.
And
I really am.
I feel like I'm getting closer to you because I've learned more about you and these 2 weeks of recording so far than I've learned in maybe 2 months here and there.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm just I'm grateful for the time now that you're retired.
Hallelujah. I'm
And,
free. I'm free. I was free.
yes, yes.
I was free to be all me.
It's your priority.
Yes, always have been.
Life.
Always has been.
A family has always been your priority, but I'm just saying you're going to all the things.
Mm-hmm.
You're flying, you're catching a train, a plane, a boat. You want to be with everybody all at once, all
on purpose.
On purpose, yes. And not just because somebody went on up.
On purpose.
So it's just been so refreshing to have you these last few months just on demand. Or not, because sometimes I did want you around and we're gonna be in Texas, we're gonna be in Florida, we're gonna be in Tennessee. Oh, we're actually gonna just, head over to the West Coast for a few weeks. What?
Lifing.
Yeah.
Lifing.
Yeah.
Lifing. Yep. And I know I could not have done it without the support of you guys. I mean, it's at a good place where my children are encouraging it.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be like, no, Mom, we need you here. We need you to do this. We need you to do that. Which, I would have felt torn. But
no, we keep telling you to sell the mansion so you could go do more stuff. And you said, well, where are my kids going to sleep? Once a year? We're going to sleep at the Hilton Mall. We got points.
I have to have a place where people can come and feel safe.
Yeah.
I have to.
Because you're a nurturer at heart.
I just, this is what God has called me to do. I just do not feel that God would bless you with anything if you can't use it for his purpose.
Yeah.
Even the vehicle. I mean, I remember when we first bought our first SUV.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And I was so nervous because it was the biggest car payment I ever had in my life. And it was right up there with my own mortgage. Mm-hmm. So it was like scary times. Mm-hmm. But it was necessary because I know we were doing things and y'all were older, y'all were bigger, y'all had friends, so we could be able to transport them as well.
We used every seat in that. We wore that van out.
That SUV, because I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan for right. We wore that. Vans are nice, but no. Yes. No, thank you.
We wore that luxury sports utility.
I did.
Vehicle out.
I had it laid out. I mean, it was nothing for us to go to the grocery store and you watching a video in the back while we go there. I mean, that was everything. Yes. I just felt like y'all deserved that. Yes. I mean,
so that's always my prayer, because I know that was a scary time. So I say, God, you didn't give me anything that you didn't intend for me to keep. Order my steps and show me the way so that I can continue to walk in your promises.
Yes. Yes. That's awesome, sweetie. That is awesome.
Yeah. So I know sometimes making big, bold moves like that are scary, but when you say a prayer like that, it makes things very clear.
And you trust it. Yeah.
You trust it.
You trust it, mm-hmm. Because that was a pivotal moment for us in our life. And we look back now and laugh. And laugh.
Yes.
And laugh.
But you did what was right for your family. It really is what we all needed. And
trust God being bigger than me.
God saw us through.
Yeah. Always. We even joke about having to be able to do those family capital road trips.
Oh my goodness.
That was our vacation.
Oh yes.
We had a vacation.
Yes. And that's, I value that you made that a priority, and I try to make that a priority. That's something I did take from my childhood. We're gonna dip our toes in the sand as much as we can. We're gonna ride a roller coaster. We're gonna go and visit and do the sunshine.
You can have some You can have some memories away from the everyday duties, because those are things you have to do. It's necessary as a part of our growth, but we also have to learn how to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not about the labels on the back. It's about where we're at. Sometimes it's about those experiences of being with our family and our parents, and even helping our family, because everybody is not on that same financial level. And you can have some that are above and some that are not above, or just in that middle. But when we come together as a family, and if we got an extra 20 and 30 over here, push it out, kick it out, so that Bobo and his kids can come too, so they all can experience that together. And that would not just help you, that'll help them too, because you want to give them a little insight of things that we can go, and things that we can do, and places we can be, so that you planting that seed in them. I think we talked on one of the podcasts before about, sometimes we got to get out of our own territory that we're used to.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate the multi-generational aspect that we have. And we're very fortunate that we have people in our families that are not, that are able to go and able to do in the right mind. And even if they're not, we'll cover that too.
But sometimes you got to accept that not everybody can come with you.
But we're hoping you do.
You invite them.
It does come with standards.
Yes.
And it does come with rules.
Yes.
And it does come with guidelines. Can't have you coming everywhere thinking you can trip off on everything, because that's not the kind of party we're trying to participate in.
That's not what we're doing over here.
Nope. And we can meet you at your level, but you just can't come to every level with us.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And it may seem like, we can't make it seem like it's a punishment to us or to that set of people, but we just pray for change. We pray for growth. We pray for revelation. That's the best word.
And
revelation.
Just the overall understanding of each other. Because sometimes you just have to let them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to let them, and you always have a place in your heart for them, and whenever it makes sense for both parties, because you can't keep being hurt and one-sided and resentful. It has to make sense for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So absolutely.
I'm learning boundaries as I'm knocking on 40.
I'm telling you, life comes with experience. That's why I said, if someone, at my generation, I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah.
I am so grateful to be here. Everybody doesn't make it. Everybody doesn't survive it. And everybody doesn't cope well with it.
They don't.
But some do. Some age well with it. Some cope well with it. And I don't know where I'm at in this, but I sure do appreciate it. I certainly appreciate it.
And you know what I appreciate? This trip we got coming up. I cannot wait.
You got to share some of your hacks.
Okay, so we just took a spring break cruise, and what I did, I took a shoe organizer for...
How long was your trip?
Okay, it was a 4-day cruise, so it was a 5-day trip, because when you cruise, you got to get to the port city a day before, just so that you feel a peace of mind knowing that it's just a short drive to the port. So that's what we did. I was cruising out of Miami. And so I took the kids and I packed them up in a shoe organizer. So I rolled up their clothes, and that was in a cubby, and it went down the line. Even the hair bows were attached to the front pocket, and that folded all up into a carry-on. Boom.
So each person had a carry-on for this cruise.
The girls shared one carry-on.
Wait a minute.
It all fit in one because the way it was organized.
Okay. So Olivia's 11.
Yes.
And Zoe is 6.
5.
5, sorry.
6-year
difference.
Yeah.
So you were able to pack a tween and a preschooler
Yes.
in one carry-on.
Yep. Because I used a shoe organizer, folded it up, and then when we got in the room, I hung it by the hooks, and then they knew where their clothes were that day. They picked out an outfit, and when it was dirty, they folded it back up inside out. That's how we knew it was dirty. And then we put that. So when it was time to disembark, it didn't take us but 5 minutes to pack up their stuff because we just hurried it back down.
So you were able to enjoy your vacation.
Yes, because it only took a few minutes to unpack. And so it just made me think, okay, well, I'm going to do that for myself now because this worked out so great for them.
I love that. I know with my years of traveling, when I see people with large suitcases and multiple suitcases, it kind of is like a little giveaway that you don't travel much or you're not really accustomed to traveling.
Yeah.
Because you feel the need to have everything. You don't feel secure going to the next place because you feel like you got to take so much of what you're leaving behind.
Yeah.
And when I see people struggling at the airport with all this luggage and stuff, and I'm like, wow. Now, I understand, and I noticed that when you go overseas, of course, you're going to have, because you normally stay longer and you're taking things that you know you won't be able to get locally.
Yeah.
But when I see a 4-day cruise or a 5-day cruise or even 11-day cruise, and you're like packing your whole entire house, what are you leaving?
Yeah. Yeah, you're
you try to bring all your past to your present.
Yeah, you bring it up. Yeah.
Bring in all that stuff. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and then you think about it too, like where are you going to keep, the cabins aren't but so big. Where are you going to keep those suitcases?
Who's going to carry all that stuff?
It's just, and then when it's time to get out, it's just a hassle. So I try to
work out,
pack as smart as I can. I'm getting better every day. And so I'm just, that's one thing. Of course, hooks on the wall that definitely help dry out bathing suits in between. Magnets were a fun way to decorate the room for the kids and the door. They really look forward to the funny magnets that I put on the door. So that's something just as a mom.
And hack that inside your door as well, or outdoors, however you want to do it.
Yeah, yeah. So I put them inside our cabin as well as outside our cabin, just to make our room feel special.
Yeah,
because we all are celebrating something on this on our trips.
So what were you celebrating here?
Oh, it was spring break. So we had a hard quarter for our middle schooler, and we had to make some risky maneuvers in our business, and so and then preschool, they have the hardest job of it all. I mean, tracing, my goodness, I could go on and on about that.
And holding that pencil.
Yes, so she was the first one to get a pina colada.
Wait, I'm sure she pronounced it differently.
Oh my God! Some of the things she was asking for, she asked for a strawberry temper, a pineapple. No, what'd she say? A pineapple colada, which is, that works too. But they just knew what she wanted.
Of course,
like, coming right up, little baby.
Because they used to these, especially your children. They know how to. Excuse me.
Yeah, she put that cruise card right up there and waited. That's what I'd like. Yes, please.
I love that.
Charges in my room.
Well, how many cruises have your children been on this year? And we're into what, May?
Oh, we've only hit one this year, but
okay.
Lifetime, we've taken them on. This was number 6 for them.
Wow.
Yeah, this was number 6.
Wow.
And we have number 7 coming up next month.
Wonderful.
So they've cruised a little bit more than.
So y'all do cruise?
That's something that we like to do. That's a family experience that we all enjoy. I think this Christmas they were just a little disappointed that we went to stay at a very nice resort
it's not just cruises.
That I remember you were like, oh, if I could only stay here one night, if I could just, and I remember you talking about it forever and ever. And so we took our kids there for 2 or 3 nights. for Christmas. They woke up Christmas Day there, and they were like, "Oh, well, um, I really thought we were going on a cruise. This is nice, but where's the cruise? Where's the boat?"
Their lifestyle that they're accustomed
It's
to.
the lifestyle that we're accustomed to. So
Wow.
we definitely had a good time, and so we did over spring break. We did MSC. That's our favorite spring break cruise. But this summer we're going to go on a Carnival cruise. I haven't been on Carnival in so long.
Ooh,
the Carnival Mardi Gras.
Yes.
And I'm excited about that one because it's the newest Carnival ship that I've ever been on. It's not the newest Carnival ship that is out there.
Okay.
But Carnival is known for their smaller ships. And for them to have a big ship, is a big deal. And so I'm looking forward to it. And it's nothing like a good old Carnival cruise because I just think the community. I've already joined the chat online for our cruise date.
I love those.
And, it's exciting. We've already organized a boots on the ground.
Wait a minute. What?
Yes, a boots on the ground trail ride party.
Wait, when you say we, what are you talking about?
The community in the chat. Me.
Okay.
And
thank you.
They agreed to
say it. Me. You.
Yes. But
organize the boots on the ground on this Carnival cruise.
And the chat is going crazy. People are talking about, I'm taking class at the community center. I'm getting ready. I'm revving up.
Oh my God. We got to record that. We have to record
that. It's going to be my birthday. We're all going to
be my anniversary.
Yes. One of many.
Yes. Because I love to celebrate.
Yeah. So, we're excited about it. So, I'm excited about just a guy's burger.
All righty. Oh, yes. I'm looking forward to that. I was thinking about that last night. Isn't that sad?
Sometimes you just want a guy's burger. But, they do have a guy's burger on land. It's
not the same.
But I don't want to give them, real money.
I just like to smell sea air when I'm ordering it. Yes. I'm sorry. I just love to smell the ocean's air, the salt of the ocean when I make that order. Swimsuit. Yes, I need to smell the chlorine from the water of the pool while I'm
the ice cream afterwards.
Yeah. Are we gonna bring cones?
Oh, that is a great travel hack. Tell me more.
Well, not a whole bulk of cones, but ice cream cones. They have the salt.
But they have ice cream cones there.
They do, but I'm talking like waffle bowls.
What?
Yes, I'm talking about, that the cone that you like. If you like waffle cones dipped in chocolate or dipped in white chocolate, and you just want a little special treat, bring you a cone.
Well, now you're gonna be like the lady you talked about that brought the whole house.
Well, I ain't bringing a whole house. I'm just bringing a cone. But there are some things that I do like bringing, and it's not because it's from home. It's just I found that it's very convenient when you're cruising.
Okay, what are some things?
I love having my own water container.
Yes.
Even if it's bought, I can pour my bottled water, but I like being able to carry my water container. Sometimes I just want tea and lemonade, and I just want to drink it throughout the day, and I want it to stay cold at all times, and I want to be able to attach it to my bag when I'm on the beach, or sometimes I just want to sip on a little ginger ale, but I want it in my cup where it's at a temperature that I like.
One thing that I bought on this last cruise when we over spring break, we did an MSC Seascape. Now, this was their first time doing a 4-day sailing because the New World America has come out, so they switched to a 4-day sailing. And now this ship is going to move to Tampa. But anyway, I bought foaming hand soap. That really worked for our family because not all, accommodations include foaming hand soap. And so that was something that made a difference for us because we wash our hands so often.
Yes.
You should wash your hands often.
Thank you.
And washy. And so having foaming hand soap was definitely something that was very helpful. But MSC said, girl, not over here. We take hand washing seriously. It was in our stateroom.
Yes.
We had foaming hand soap. So
nice.
So it was already there. So, but not all cruise lines do that. So
Yeah,
we
and
appreciate that.
and that's different. That's not bringing your home.
Yeah.
I mean, some people want to know, can I bring my toaster? Can I bring my coffee maker? I'm like, no.
Can I bring my iron?
Oh my goodness, no.
Well,
You
did you
cannot
know
bring irons.
they
Some
have?
people using curling irons
Yeah.
to press their clothes. You do your thing.
But the ship has laundry service, which is super. I think it's affordable, um, to think about what you're getting. But they also have, on most floors, they have a laundry room that has a place that you can do your own ironing and coin laundry on some ships.
And can I just add this?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares what you wearing, how you enjoying it, because we're all there to enjoy as well. And
Yeah.
if your crease is a little bit 2 centimeters over to the left, then you truly do need a vacation to get over that.
Clocking me so
Because
bad.
nobody really, they really don't. I mean, and I understand and you know how I am. I'm very particular about how I look or how I dress.
Yeah.
But I don't go overboard with it. I do go on vacation because I want to enjoy the vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? You're going to be up there with people who don't know you, who won't recognize you.
Yeah.
They're just there to have a good time too. It's not a fashion show.
So where was
have people that's going to be people watching, but that's their thing. They're not there to criticize or condemn because we paid a lot of money to go and enjoy ourselves. And even if you caught the best deal, it's still a choice you made. Go enjoy that vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy that vacation.
Yeah, because I will repeat an outfit if it means that I can get in it and carry on. If I can get in it, I always try to travel with a carry-on.
And if you're not there digging ditches and cleaning out garbage cans, it's okay if you wear those pants Monday, and it's okay if you have them on again Wednesday. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, especially on a cruise.
You on a cruise.
You won't in it but 2 hours.
You on a cruise.
Yeah. So, I'm excited about this cruise that we have coming up. And
I love our family
cruise. I hope we end up in the casino.
I'm gonna try it. I told you this is a year of not saying no.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I'm not a casino girl, but I will play.
And I will.
I like to play.
I will probably
teach me.
I will no. I don't have nothing to teach. That's your other child.
Oh goodness!
But I'm a very very cautious gambler. If I win $20, we going home. So I don't have to wait to lose it.
Oh well, I want to do it. I want to go big.
It's just fun.
I just want to have fun.
Yes. I don't never play big, but I always.
You say that because your big is relevant. It's irrelevant to someone else's.
I guess. But it's just I don't ever play for more than I could lose and be crying about.
And that's even good again.
I'm not trying to change my life. I'm trying to have some fun.
Yeah, and that's what I want to say. Yes, I just want to experience it because I guess I don't know. I guess I could say I was a late bloomer or those aspects. Yeah, but I want to try it.
Yeah, and I just see you just changing. You just finding out what you like and who you
are. This is a new season of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm a new creation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't carry the same roles that I did 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. Responsibility has turned in different areas, mm-hmm. and the experience and the life lessons have taken me to a different place.
Yeah.
And I'm embracing every bit of it.
Yeah, but I'm about to go pack my bag to go to a different place. You gonna come with me?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Until next time. Till next time.